And we're back to Fox Boy. And there's the sketch, there's the ink, and there's the other one that you can't see right now. So we're going to color that and change that. So we're getting into it. And into it we shall. And so I found a new show fairly recently, and there's a character in the show that sort of reminds me of Cheyenne. And this show in particular has a lot of really cool animations, and it's a sports anime, and all of the routines look very fluid, and I don't know, it just looks really good. So I was really, really inspired, and so then I just threw this sketch of Cheyenne together, and there's a lot of personality even in the fan art of this one character that I like. Uh, the character's name is Yuri Pilsevsky. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that name, but I tried really hard. But yeah, so yeah, I found it very inspiring, and I wanted to do stuff with a little more personality in it, because I feel like I don't get the fluidity and the energy when I try and do poses, especially action poses. I feel like the flow and the energy is just never there, and that always really bothers me. But also, it's really hard to take photos of yourself in action to try and get the natural movement. And I find a lot of stock photos, it's like they're not, most of them just don't feel like they're doing them in action unless it's like a jumping pose. But so like the reference photos, when I look around online, most of them don't feel like they have movement, energy, fluidity to them either. So it's quite a conundrum. Speaking of which, this purple sweatshirt, yeah, I totally flubbed up on the color. It was ending up a lot warmer than I intended it to be, and so I wanted to cool it down. So I threw in some blue, but I also threw in probably way too many layers of too many different colors going on, and so I feel like it just got muddy in the end. I did try and save it, and I think I helped it a little bit, but with colored pencil, you can only go so far before you just can't add anymore. And I don't know if there's a way. I don't know. Maybe spraying some workable fixative when it gets to that point will let you add a little bit more layering. I don't see how that would work, but you know, it is a thought, and maybe I'll try that one day. That stuff takes a good few hours to dry, though, so I mean, we know my impatience. We have to by now. I'm not very patient. I don't like waiting for paint to dry. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, I think this here sweatshirt took me the longest to color and layer, and like you can tell with the light on my camera, you can just see the grain in there, and it doesn't look good, and it's blah, 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 blah. But anyway, yeah. So I did actually like the base color of the shorts a lot, and so the hard part for me with that was I didn't want to essentially change it. Oh, also I got 2 Ohuhu markers because I took a rare trip to Michael's. I definitely prefer Hobby Lobby, but once in a great while I end up at a Michael's. The closest one is like an hour away. Hobby Lobby's like 15, maybe 20 minutes tops. That and the prices over there are better, I think. I always feel like I'm getting a good deal. Anyway, so I had gotten a light gray and a light purple because all my light purples, well, the ones that I like the most are all dried up. And I would say this one's even fairly dark for what I'd want, but I think it's still nice. The tip of the Ohuhu pens feel very firm. Not like they're not flexible at all, but it's just a different feeling, and I do kind of like it. But at the same time, I feel like the ink might be bleeding just a little bit. Like it goes on heavier than a Copic. So when I use the Ohuhu for the base color of his eyes, especially on the one at the end of his face, I tried to touch that up with my colorless blender there. Not colorless blender, you know what, the colorless marker, which is apparently not really made for blending, but it's made for, you know, fixing those tiny little mistakes if you accidentally go outside the line or something. And I was able to do that without ruining the marker underneath that, because at least the skin tone was already dry when I did that. Had the skin tone still been wet, it probably would have mudged it up. Mudge is a new word. I'm going to use that from now on. I mudged it up. And also, thanks to doing some roleplay stuff with my friend Stone, well, in the roleplay, he ended up getting a pink streak in his hair. And, I mean, it was just a fun bit we did. And I decided to incorporate that into a piece just to see how it went. And quite frankly, I feel like I mudged it up. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the addition of the braid. Because I'm not very good at doing braids. I like the looks of them. And I like the looks of them in art a lot. I'm just not good at actually doing them. I should probably do some more practice. Or any practice. I just kind of winged it a lot. I mean, for what it's worth, I do still think it turned out pretty okay. The back of the hair ended up maybe a little darker than it should. But I don't know. Does that ruin it? You guys let me know. Did I ruin this one? Does the sweatshirt look okay? Did I ruin that too? I don't know. But yeah, so here's the final product. I mean, I guess there's not much else to say, or, you know, what you would do differently. I don't know why I had to point out the mudge. But anyway, let me know what you think down below, if it turned out all right or if I just mudged it up too much. Either way is fine. I also got my Discord down below. But until next time, bye-bye!